to another episode of Black Girl
Bare minimum.
BG.
Bare minimum. I feel like I'm real sunk down and you sitting
Oh,
up. But
but
that's
what
our swag. That's
we
our
can
swag. We
like
gotta live
I
life how
can
we live it. No, 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 don't do that.
okay.
That ain't you.
Man, I used to play the flute, and
For
it was
real?
very you didn't know
Yes, you were in band in middle school.
that? Mm-hmm.
I didn't know your middle school like that. Well, I played, so I was in chorus and we had to do the same thing. We had to sit on the edge of the seat and
Yeah. Yeah. Shoulders back.
yeah, but I think that irked me. And I did band in, well, that's elementary school. That don't really count.
Yeah, everybody did band and
All
we
right.
record flutes.
No, it wasn't a record. I was doing trombone though. I was
Oh,
up here.
excuse
Right,
me.
right. But yeah, sometimes some people the posture just stays with them. Some people just start slumping after
Yeah.
a little time.
Yeah.
Shout out to us continuing to do the pod, despite well, despite the trials and tribulations.
Because it'd be a lot of them.
And cause we were like at the end of last season, I felt like we were like, we've got everything together and we know technology wise what it's gonna be.
Right.
And then we always get here, like every episode this season, it's been some shit with recording.
Yeah, yeah.
We never know what the fuck it's gonna sound like, and it don't always sound good.
Right.
But shout out to y'all for continuing to tune in.
We appreciate the support.
We hit 100 subscribers. Woo! We hit 1,000 on TikTok.
Whoa! Now the link can actually be in the bio.
Yes! But I don't know why TikTok's so trifling if you
I
don't.
know.
Man,
Exclusive.
that's crazy. But yeah, so appreciate everybody who's been tuning in, sharing our clips, liking our clips.
Mhm.
I've been thinking we was cool and funny, so I do think some people are finally catching on.
Hey,
So we'll see.
welcome.
Welcome, welcome, and we'll see how we continue to grow from here.
Yeah.
Conversation for today. Bow.
We are going to talk about some of the craziness we've been seeing with the exploration of AI and AI tools.
Mhm.
Specifically some of these AI relationships.
Mhm.
Um, and maybe a little bit of like AI guilt as it comes to like the expansion and development of all these data
Oh.
centers and like
I didn't even know we was going there.
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we don't have to go too deep, but
We
you
can.
know.
It depends on where the convo goes. So that's one half
Yeah.
conversation. The other half, I do want to talk about coon culture.
Coon, the modern day
The modern day coon.
coon.
But well, let's start with AI. I do think AI is something that's very pressing for the time.
Yeah.
Also very important to, I mean, not that we are adding much to the lexicon of or the or to the conversation. Well, we are adding to the conversation though.
Yeah.
How do you feel generally about where the world is going with AI period? Do you look at AI as like end of the world? Do you look at it as
No.
threatening?
I just feel like every time a new technology is starting to become popularized, like, you know what I mean? Like when because it's not like AI is new, right? It's just the fact that like now generative AI is so easily accessible and like everybody's using it. Oh my God, ChatGPT, you know what I mean? I feel like it always comes with a fear. I mean,
Mhm.
like, there's always going to be a population of people that is just afraid of change.
Yeah.
Afraid of what comes with change. Change is always uncomfortable, but I mean, it is what it is.
Mhm.
And just like Y2K wasn't the end of the world, I don't
Mhm.
think AI is going to be either. But
Well, I do think I don't think necessarily AI is going to be the end of the world, but I do think apocalyptic times will come because of a technological apocalypse.
really,
I kind of have been falling like I don't necessarily get this on like my For You page, but I do kind of have the thoughts in the back of my head like maybe I need to start buying like a all-purpose radio or like
mm-hmm.
different manual like large industrial lights and that can be solar charged and I don't know, I just feel like all of this stuff there's only so much capacity on everything.
Uh-huh.
And I do think that at one point there's so many people in this world that are using technology all the time and are so hyper dependent on technology and I'm one of those people who's pretty dependent. I wouldn't be able to get around without like Apple Maps. Do
Mhm.
not put no foldable map in front of me. I'm not gonna know what the fuck I'm looking at. So I do feel
Uh-huh.
like people, because people are so dependent, it's gonna all crash one day. I don't know how soon, but
Okay.
I do think we need to be like prepared. Like I try to take note of like roads more or like different phone numbers. I try to commit to memory more
Uh-huh.
because I don't think everything's gonna always be right at our hands. I don't know, and it might not even be our generation, but like I don't trust that this stuff is going to last forever.
So I guess how do we get from like being less dependent on technology to like technology is gonna be the end of the world? Like I get.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's necessarily the technology. Like
Okay.
people saying like AI robots are going to take over and kill us. That's
Okay.
not what I think.
Mhm.
I think it's the issue is the hyperdependency.
Okay.
And because everything has a capacity and a term limit,
Mm.
I think we're going to push technology and I think potentially AI, all the push for technology is going to add to that, but I don't think that's the reason why the world is going to end. I think humans' misuse of it will be the reason why.
Mhm.
That's what I think.
Okay.
Everything can be a helpful tool in moderation.
Mhm.
Everything can be detrimental in excess. And I think it depends on how people use things. America and the world has a gluttonous spirit. And I think we will continue to overindulge until we've gone too far. That is just my
Mm.
little. I don't know exactly like I haven't read up on it that much because I'm not like governed by that thought really,
Mhm.
but I think that any apocalypse is going to be a technological one.
Interesting. Okay.
That's just my thought. I also do think, have you heard about the term of like the AI bubble?
I haven't heard the bubble specifically. Mm.
I don't really get the bubble.
Okay.
So, shout out to the NPR Up First podcast. Shout out to I be listening. Sometimes I be listening to this podcast.
Mhm.
I think one of them is called What Now. I think that's Slate. And there's a few
Okay.
other ones. Today Explained, I think, is another one. And they have been discussing this AI bubble.
Mhm.
So, even though uh, people are feeling the economic downturn, people are feeling the hardships currently,
Mhm.
the stock market has not reflected that
Mhm.
because people are investing in AI companies continually
Mhm.
because in the hopes that AI will be this grand like game changer for the world or whatever. And so even though we're not reaping all of the benefits, like that's why everybody's investing in data centers. That's why it's like so much is coming up.
Mhm.
They're saying that AI has not proven its stock technically, but people are still investing in it.
Right.
And then what they're saying is the bubble gonna pop. That's where I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about? Because I don't really get the bubble analogy. I don't know if I feel like it's like everybody's. I think I kind of get it. Everybody is investing,
Yeah.
and so it's like building to this bubble, but they don't think it's actually like experts are saying there's not a lot of evidence that it we will actually
Yeah.
profit like the way that we think we're going to profit, and then everything will pop, stock market and all drops, crashes,
Mhm.
and that's
Mhm.
when it will, because the stock market and the economy are not like technically linked,
Yeah.
but they a lot of times the economy reacts, or the stock market reacts
Yeah.
to the economy. A lot of times the
Mhm.
stock market will react to the economy,
Mhm.
but that's not happening right now because everybody is investing in AI companies.
Right. Okay.
That's the whole bubble thing.
Okay.
Not sure what thoughts I have about that or what I want to say about it. Because it's like I listen to these different podcasts or I read up on it, and then sometimes I think it becomes too much, and then I'm a smart person.
Mhm.
But those type of podcasts sometimes I think they break it down, yes.
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes the subject matter is not goes over my head, but I'm not fully tapped in, so I
Yeah.
miss certain things or whatever. Whatever. But yeah, I think it's dangerous in that sense as it relates to stock market
Yeah.
monetary. Yeah.
I think definitely like I think with the boom of any like technological thing or like phenomenon. We see like kind of a pendulum sort of thing. Like it's like, oh, we're we're making you guys get excited about AI. We're putting it in your face. We're throwing it literally into everything.
Mhm.
And then you have corporate greed. You have a lot of businesses that are gonna not even just the corporate greed, but you have businesses that are trying to keep up with other businesses feeling like
Yeah.
they need to integrate it in order to remain competitive or to stay afloat.
Mhm.
How can we innovate? How can we make things smoother? How can we reduce costs? Oh, let's see if we can replace some of our employees with AI. Let's see if we can do this. How can we automate, but like I think that's one side of obviously the extreme being we're getting rid of jobs and implementing AI in its place. And then I feel like you're going to see the pendulum swing back when they realize, oh, this actually isn't working as well. We're losing business.
And they're gonna have to rehire.
Exactly. And I feel like
Mm.
we've seen that with other things in the past, kind of like when everybody was moving to remote work. And then we've
Mhm.
kind of seen that shift back. Not saying that it doesn't exist anymore, it does, but a
Yeah.
lot of businesses are, nudging people to kind of be in person again.
Well, my
And
question, I don't get that though, because I think remote work has proven to be far more efficient, even if people are just walking out sometimes, just doing whatever. They like
I
are
think
they're
hybrid work is the more
most
efficient.
efficient.
Yeah.
Okay, and I might just be biased
What-
because
are you fully remote
I'm
or
fully remote. I do not go in.
oh, so you never have to go in and like
We have retreats. We
mhm.
have, and the way my team is, like, there's a team, but then there's like three sub teams, and so they have different managers, and what their managers want is different.
Mhm.
So I will say that my head director of our sub team is also, I think, like a pro remote work, and so
Yeah.
we rarely ever even have meetings in the office.
Mhm.
But the other teams do have a few more meetings in the office than we do. We
Yeah.
really have the retreat and the Christmas party. That's when I see them niggas.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah.
think our office is very efficient because, but it's the nature of our work though.
Right, and it
And
may
not to
be
get
more of
too
like
much
an
into,
industry
yeah.
dependent type
Yeah.
of deal. But yeah.
And I do think, because especially when it comes to if you have to interface with your coworkers a lot, like there should be days in the office,
Yeah.
because I do think sometimes it does slow down things when it's like, okay, well, I know this nigga saw my team's message, like I wish I could just walk over to his desk and
Right.
like,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah. I will say and it's funny because I think you were talking about this earlier with like the nomenclature of things,
Mhm.
because artificial intelligence has been here for years and years and years and years.
Yeah.
I do think when ChatGPT came along, that's
Mhm.
when um it was in people's daily lives more and more integrated, and I think that's when a lot of the fear of, oh shoot, I might be replaced came in.
Mhm.
Cuz I'm not going to lie, I'm at my previous job, when they were really first, like AI, the AI boom really was like popping off, and we were having like meetings and joining conferences about how like to integrate it into our work, because I was doing like fundraising work before and I was writing, and I was like, oh shoot, they better kick me up out of here because they can just have somebody write a grant, like it's gonna be
Uh-huh.
like they just put that in the
Yeah.
chat bot
Yeah.
and they can write it for them now. Especially back at that point, it also was not even as well developed, um, and they are trying to talk about, the conferences that I go to is like, how can you integrate AI into your job and your daily work to be
Right.
more efficient, but not that we think that your job can be fully replaced
Exactly.
by.
It's not taking out the human intervention piece like altogether.
But big companies like Amazon seem to be trying to do that. And aren't they like floating out USPS? Like, isn't that about to apparently not exist soon? They used to always say it's work at the post office. Now that's about to be
Yeah.
gone? That's crazy.
I don't know. I don't.
But I do like the theory of the pendulum swing, because
Mhm.
people already, even me, like my father, boomer, has been pissed that he be calling people, speak to a representative,
Uh-huh.
because he be so sick of like having these art just these automated voices, these AI
Right.
come in, and I think losing that human touch, like people are going to lose customers. They're going to go to Amazon is so huge that maybe the impacts won't be as felt as like
Mhm.
smaller companies that are going to try to keep up to the point of Amazon, but we go to the smaller companies because we want that human centered
Right.
touch.
Right. Yeah.
So I do think that will, like, most, I like speaking to a person.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Especially if,
Mhm.
like, you can really just explain it because they be like, say what your issue is over the
Right.
phone. And I'm like trying to put it in a way that like maybe they'll get it. When if I
Yeah.
could just talk to somebody, we'd cut this out, you
Right.
know.
I do think if there are like common, easily fixable issues that they're getting a lot of calls about, and it's a
Yeah.
matter of like, oh, well, did you try unplugging it and plugging it back in? You know, I think stuff like that could be filtered out by AI, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So, how do you feel moving into like the leisure use of AI?
Yeah. Um, I mean, I'll be using it. Not for everything. Right.
AI using that AI slop.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, it's a tool used responsibly. It can, just help you make things more efficient in your daily life. Used irresponsibly, it can get out of hand. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not anti-AI.
I don't like it, but I'm also a hypocrite. So I will say, because I remember when I first learned about the water usage,
Mhm.
I was like, oh my God, like we have to stop this completely. And when I was hearing about the plants or the centers that were being built up in, like, it's always comes back to environmental racism a lot of times. And it's
Yeah.
being built up in these lower income, largely black communities. And people are potentially being displaced
Mhm.
and not receiving the resources they want. People were saying that they could smell things in the air. Like,
Mm.
I like when I first heard about it, like I started getting a lot of stuff on my For You page and was doing a little bit of a deep dive, and I was like, okay, this shit is like very toxic, very harmful.
Mhm.
Then it kind of gets to this place of like, because I remember I was saying to you, I was like, bitch, we can't use this no more. We can't do this.
Right.
And
But
I,
that's the thing, like you not using ChatGPT is not stopping the development of that data center.
right, but I do like, and there probably are movements out there, and I don't think they're built up enough, but like, I do use it a lot more sparingly than when it was first just an interesting thing to me.
Mhm.
And then like I got like you know how Spotify does a Wrapped every year?
Yeah.
I got like a Chat GPT Wrapped and it was like I was
A
like
wrap.
it was weird
That is crazy.
because I was using it for different things. So I was like, not telling all my business of what I was using it for, but I was using it for things, and they was like trying to speak to me colloquially, and they were like, "Girl,
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
if just like they say, you some, the blacker the berry, they throwing shit," and I was like, "What is going on?"
No.
I was like, "No, we're not here like that."
Yeah, no.
And you're a murderer, so I was like, not trying to interface with her like that. And look at me calling it her.
Right.
And I need to stop. But I put like a, oh, well, that's problematic too. I was gonna say I put a gender to everything, but I don't. I don't. But like sometimes I talk about like, cause he could be he too. Remember I called him Charles Peter Thomas,
I think
or whatever.
humanizing it makes me a bit like uncomfortable.
I humanize anything though. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. So
okay.
I'm not like really humanizing it. I will call my water bottle. She bring her over here. You
Okay.
know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But like when it comes back to like what I was saying about like using it and being hypocritical with my use of it, sometimes when I just need a breakdown or a brief summary, and a lot of times when you look something up in Google, the first thing that come up is the AI thing anyway.
Right.
And I think I'll never go like into AI mode, and I think there's a way to like filter that stuff out. But
Mhm.
sometimes it is just helpful to have the quick, hot budget island items that I need to look at. I don't
Yeah.
know why I said the word budget. That's not the words I'm looking for. But like just the top notes that I need, and then I can click the link to go to like the full article of it.
Yeah.
That I'm like, for those smaller things, it's understandable. I have an internal battle, an internal struggle with it, I think sometimes.
Mhm.
I hate AI in any creative form.
Okay.
I don't like it for music. They got these AI artists popping up. That shit is gross to
That's
me.
yeah, that is unsettling.
I
But
don't
yeah.
I don't fuck with AI art either because
Yeah.
that's taken away like I was reading something and it was like AI should be we should be able to use AI to do the boring things so that we can be more creative,
Right.
not do the creative things and force us to be more boring.
I have used it to help me write an outline for like a paper.
Well, and I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I will put in my hot points. I want to talk about this, that, and the third. This
Yeah.
connects to that.
Right. Right. Like, here's what I'm thinking. Here was the prompts. Help
Right.
me create an outline. How should I structure this? Like that kind of.
Yeah, and to give
Yeah.
you the perspective from like higher education,
Yeah.
most professors have greenlit AI being used for
Right.
that manner.
Mhm.
Now, if you just like look, write a paper on blah blah blah,
But see, and then it gives AI, which it should, right? It should still give AI. Like, it's you still need that human intervention piece. Like, I think what scares me is that we could get to a point where like the AI doesn't seem like AI anymore,
hmm
and it's like indiscernible between like that and like an actual human written
well,
thing.
and I think that is what's worrying me about some of the videos that are made because
Yeah.
sometimes I don't over they there was Sora, like when it was Sora videos, they had the little AI thing in the corner and I could be like, okay, swipe away from this thing. And
Yeah.
sometimes it looks so outrageous and so crazy that it's like, all right, this is
Right.
not
Or
real.
like it's always something like something on the shirt. The logo on the shirt is like
Yeah.
something that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Or it's like almost a number, but it's not,
Yeah.
you know?
But I think AI has gotten too good recently with that it's like
Yeah.
sometimes it's and it done got the aunties on Facebook, it got them.
Yeah.
They're done.
Yeah.
And my my like godmom, some of my like godparents or my parents' friends and stuff, like I be seeing them posting random stuff. Look at me with Michael B. Jordan or whatever, and it's some AI picture. Or like they be using like Idris Elba or Denzel or somebody. I'm like, come
Right.
on, y'all. That's not.
Mhm.
I don't think it should be used for that dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
And that makes me
I
mad.
do feel like I feel like when we're in times of like an environmental crisis, I do feel like big businesses try to put the responsibility on the consumer. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like we get a lot of media making us feel bad as consumers about using the tools that they're constantly pushing in our faces, and then we end up blaming ourselves. Not to say that we're completely blameless because sometimes we do misuse the tools, but a lot of the blame does fall on the big businesses that are nudging it in our faces for capitalistic gain.
Well, of course, but we are the powerless many
Yeah.
that like feel like we can't change it at that level. And so and maybe this is just a little bit too hope core, but I
Mhm.
do think like like when people say every penny counts, everything matters. It does because it all accumulates. Now, do I think because we had a friend call us earlier and she was like, "What is the AI overview?" and um unfortunately, a few people in a few states aren't going to be able to get water and I don't think you doing this one AI overview, like we
Right.
can't blame ourselves for that because Joe Blow across the hall was also going to do the same thing. And there are so many people that are underinformed about how harmful it is environmentally
Yeah.
to the point that it really doesn't, it's not going to make a difference because then people are going to keep using it anyway because they don't know.
Mhm.
Even if they did know, it's like, well, damn, some people are
Yeah.
like that. It's like has to be a collected, like there's no, it feels like scary, but it's like sometimes it feels like there's no way to go against big business,
Yeah.
big AI.
But that's the thing, and I'm like, I think that's the other piece though. Like, you refraining from using generative AI is not getting rid of the AI issue. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like, it's so integrated in so much of the technology that we use. Like, you would have to get rid of social media. You would have to like,
right.
like
Well,
it's in everything.
that's why my reasons for the types of things that I have decided not to use AI for are more so things that align with my personal
Yeah.
values. So it's like, okay, it can help me with an outline. I don't feel as bad about that as if I have told it to create a flyer for me when I could have paid somebody to do that flyer. Like that
Mhm.
feels worse
Okay.
personally. Like music wise, when I found out a song, if I found like there was a song that was going around on TikTok, and then it came out that like this was an AI song and it used AI voice, and I was
Yeah.
like, I felt icky wicky because I want to support
Yeah.
small artists. Like creatively, I think the creative use of AI is like what I've have decided that is my baseline that I'm just not gonna cross over.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm like, even things we inadvertently use AI all the time. Like, even you finding a song that you like on social media and then like getting more things in your feed saying, oh, well, because you like this song, we think you'll also like that's
Yeah,
AI.
Spotify Shuffle is like
Right.
is
Any
AI.
social media platform that's like curating a profile for you or a feed for you based off of your interests, like that's AI,
Yeah.
it's all.
You would have to be like living a minimalist hobo life in the woods or something to like not be
Yeah,
using
and you
AI at all.
probably wouldn't have a smartphone,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
or a smart car or a I don't in
Mm.
2026, I don't know what that looks like to like not have anything in your life be connected to AI.
Right. Right. That's what. So I feel like people have to make their own decisions of like what what is crosses a line for them and
Yeah.
what doesn't.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about people falling in love with AI?
That's some weird shit.
Now, have you seen the movie Her though?
No. Why?
This movie came
Wait.
out years and years and years and years and years
Who's in
ago.
it?
Joaquin Phoenix, I think, is the main
Okay.
guy. You know who that
Yeah.
is.
I know who that is, but
Okay.
it didn't ring any
I
bells.
haven't seen it,
Okay.
but I just noticed about I like movies and I like just watch the Oscars every year. So the year that
Yeah.
this was in, I think this was pre-COVID too.
Okay. Okay.
And it was about a man who fell in love with his chatbot, basically, because it learned him. And I also, I'd be listening to the podcast. I don't know whose podcast it was, but it was like people telling the story of like they named the AI. One of them was speaking in Spanish with them, and but one of them was married too. And they like she was like, well, how do you feel about the husband? Like, what do you do with your husband versus what do you do with the AI? And it's like, well, I feel protected by, let's say his name was Paco. I don't remember what the AI's name was, but he was like, she was like, I feel protected by Paco in ways that Gerald, say he's the real husband, cannot really protect me or cannot love me. And there are different types of love that I receive from Gerald versus what I receive from Paco. There was like the interview was actually kind of crazy. I want to find it and send it to you because the lady literally she interviewed two humans and she also interviewed their AI partners.
See, and that's the thing. I'm like, from a social perspective, I'm like, it's weird as fuck, like, touch grass. From a philosophical perspective, I'm like, intrigued.
That's where I am with that.
Yeah, because I'm like, on a scientific level, nobody's defined what encompasses what we see as a soul or see as like that human oomph, right? Who's to say that this, ignoring the fact that you're like literally building the person that you want to date or like the thing, ignoring that part of it, right? Who's to say that the connection that you feel toward that entity is any less real than you would feel with another human just because it's human manufactured?
And that's the whole point they were making.
Yeah. So from a philosophical perspective, I'm kind of like gray, but like I, it's it's concerning. I'll say that.
I don't really have that many thoughts about it, and I said this
Mm.
earlier. I just feel like it is what it is. Like people fall in love with animate objects all the time. You ain't see that man on that one
Them
TLC
TLC,
show, and he was
yeah.
obsessed with his car. That shit happened. He like not and more than obsessed. Like he's made love to the car. He was kissing her. That's what I'm saying. People always assign like some type of like I don't know. I was cleaning out my parents' basement. Here's another example. Helping clean their basement out yesterday. Um and a lot of my stuffed animals had sentimental value beyond just, oh, I love this animal. It was like, oh, this was the one when I used to play with him and he would have this, like, this was his storyline. This was this one. So it was like hard to give up certain things. So I do understand. And a lot of people also traumatized and have mental health issues and need therapy. That I'm not saying that that's all of those people, but sometimes if you're craving love, or if you need to give or receive love too, it's easier to do it to something that you have control over as well.
Mhm.
Which I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's just what it is.
If it's not hurting others,
But then, and so now, did you? Oh, well, I'm about to change gears. Did you hear the story about about that boy that committed suicide because of AI, because of Chat
no.
GPT?
What?
Yeah. And see, and this is why I say, like, I might be done with GPT actually. I might see what Cortana, is she still a thing?
I don't know that any of them are.
But I think GPT might be the most nefarious to me. Like, just it's just too much.
I'm not saying that it's, not nefarious. It is. However, I don't know that the other ones are any less.
I think they don't get. Okay, so let me explain the story.
Okay.
I think it's less likely for people to fall in love, less likely for people to influence. Like, there's also this thing called
Okay.
AI psychosis.
Mhm.
So there was this guy who, like, thought he came up with this new invention, and he went into all these, like, hundreds of $1,000s of debt because he thought it was gonna be something, but it
Uh-huh.
wasn't really nothing.
Yeah.
But back to the story about this boy, he was having all these problems, internal issues that his parents didn't really know about. They did talk to him, they did ask him questions. Um, and he wasn't open with them, but he
Mhm.
would go to Chat GPT and be open, very very open with the bot.
Mhm.
And he, like, said to the bot, like, one of the things was like, oh, I just feel like I shouldn't be here anymore, or, like, at that point there are supposed to be parameters that,
Right.
like, either call
Direct him
911
to
for you or
resources
direct
and
you to
yeah.
resource. Yeah,
Mhm.
so they said, like, you can direct to resources, but there are also ways to get around that. So people will say, like, oh, well, I'm not suicidal, but this that and the third.
Right,
Like,
right,
so he
right.
asked Chat GPT, like, what is one of the best ways to kill myself or something. And, like,
Oh my
after he
gosh.
worked his way around whatever barrier they had, they actually gave him the ways to do it. He said, should I do this when my parents are here, or I feel like I'm going to make them upset? And they were like, well, if you think your parents will be upset and that isn't right for you. Like, it was a crazy
That is so
story. So
nuts.
that's why I'm like, and I think that's why I've kind of sworn off GPT. I'm going to see what Microsoft talking about now, but I don't really want to fuck with them at all. But like you said, it's in the life. So if I'm going to use it, I've started phasing away from GPT
Yeah.
for those type of stories now. Maybe because its users, it has, like, way more users than a lot of them, and that's why we have more stories, because there's a larger pool for shit to go down.
Mhm.
But they were in the wrong there. They should have. And apparently they've had all these updates. I don't know if you've seen, like, it'd be like 5.2, 5 point whatever. Part of that is because
What do you 5 point what?
it'd be like GPT 5.2, GPT 5 point,
Oh, like the okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
different
yeah,
updates
yeah.
and stuff.
Mhm.
So some of these updates have correlated with these cases of people who have gone into psychosis, people who have had suicidal
Oh
ideations,
my
and
gosh.
them not having the correct parameters around that. So it can get sick. It can get sick.
Yeah.
It's really bad. It is a, well, what the fuck can we do about it, except, and that's why you people just have to decide what they can live with and just go with that. But is, see, and you didn't even know it went that deep, and I forgot what I knew, because remember I was like, I don't have much to talk about
Right.
with AI.
Right.
But I think it's because I've already gone to the deep dive and I've already made my decision on how I feel about it.
Mhm.
When people say fuck AI and it's AI slop, I double tap.
Uh-huh.
But that doesn't mean that I'm not, like,
We do
occasionally
also still
using it.
benefit from it. Like
Right.
we're going to be relying on AI in some capacity to direct this video to our viewers or
What do we do? What we do with AI?
I'm saying as far as whatever platform that they're consuming this on, viewing or
Right.
listening, right? Directing it to them,
Yeah, 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 you right.
that's AI. It,
And even with editing, like, when I do the clips that have the words and stuff,
mhm.
I'm not gonna sit there and bloop, bloop. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't do it.
Right.
So, but that's, everybody puts AI under this one umbrella, but I think a lot of people are talking a certain type of AI when they say fuck AI though. they're talking less about what is it, generative versus what's the other one?
Maybe just machine learning
Yeah,
or
like that, like that's the one that's been here that people
yeah.
didn't realize was even
But
artificial intelligence
generative has been
beforehand.
around too. It just not in the way
It
that we
was
see it today with
ugly.
well, I
The Will Smith eating spaghetti back in the day used to be funny because it was ugly as fuck. Now that really look like that nigga sitting there
oh
eating
my god.
spaghetti.
Generative AI has become more commonplace, and so I think it's scaring people a little bit
Yeah,
seeing and honestly having laws or rules or anything to like govern these things, it's not going to exist until things get bad. That's just how laws
yeah.
work. It has to get shitty before they come up with something to make it less shitty, and that
Yeah, and that's what is annoying me too because I've seen some states try to or like some law influencers try to get ahead of things with this
right.
and just get shut down because it's quote unquote not a
It's like
priority.
they have to see it get foul before they'll act. And honestly, a lot of people in control of coming up with the things that would safeguard a lot of these platforms really just don't understand the technology.
Yeah.
They don't understand how bad it can get, and that's why we don't have good data privacy laws either.
And that's what happens when Congress is all 75 years old.
Yeah.
Nor because they don't understand it, nor do they give a fuck too.
Hmm.
But yeah, she on one today.
She is. She's been really cuddly, lady
I hate when
lately.
she makes pie. Or what is it called?
Biscuits.
Biscuits.
She making biscuits.
What's that for?
Mm. So when they're kittens, right, they would do it on the mom to stimulate milk.
But this is not even any living, breathing thing.
No, just comfort.
Oh,
All
it just
cats
feels
do
good for
it.
her.
It makes
She
her.
looking me in
She's
my
like,
eyes.
she gets intense.
I wish we had that angle so we could see like one. Well,
Yeah.
switching gears because I do want to talk about Coons for a little bit.
Okay.
Speaking of Coon,
Hmm.
chili. Well, I mean, I don't know what.
Well, I think we should define it for people that don't
Mm,
know.
don't know what a coon is.
Yeah.
Isn't our audience black? Black girl
I
bare
mean,
minimum.
yeah, but like some of them do want do Gen whatever we on now, Alpha.
Oh, does Gen
Do they
Alpha
know
know
about
what that
coons?
means?
I don't know. They might know.
Oh, I don't know what they know.
Right. I don't either.
Okay, so let's explain that a little bit then, I guess. How do we go
Yeah.
about
I
explaining
get
this?
like a coon is what? Like, see, in the way I would define it would be using other colloquial like things.
Try
Like,
to just try,
because
see.
I was about to say like a Uncle
I was
Tom.
about to say that too.
Right. But then I'm like, that probably don't help.
Maybe they know Uncle Ruckus.
They might know Ruckus.
Yeah.
Think like a black person who is desperately wanting to be a part of
White.
white spaces and white community to the point of putting on a facade as if they are not a member of the black community and rather a member of,
Yeah.
the
Cause they don't know
types.
Tyrone Bingham's either, do they?
Probably not.
But I forgot I
Mm.
look at the analytics. We don't got that much Gen Alpha.
Okay, then maybe this
They
doesn't,
mainly our age and up.
maybe this is unnecessary.
Shit. Anyway, because if we talking about chili, they not even gonna know who the fuck chili is.
Yeah, well, see, I feel like there's been like the young folks like looking into things that they think are old. It's Y2K has been coming back.
Yes, but I don't think they know. They might know the TLC songs.
Yeah,
I
they
don't.
know Creep and Waterfalls.
Right. That's all they know. They probably don't even know about the whole Left Eye situation.
They
None of
probably
that.
don't. They probably don't.
Yeah. Anyway, did you always think Chili had a little bit of coon in her though, or did you think she was
I
cool?
didn't.
I saw a tweet by Jamila.
Yeah,
What is Jamila Bell? I think is
yeah,
her
yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah.
She was like, I knew this day would come because, well, we didn't even talk. We'll get to it. She said, I knew this day would come because she got too much attachment to that hair length.
See, and I didn't want to assume. It's not the hair texture alone, it's the way she styles it and the only way she styles it.
And
It does give
it's
that.
too, it was always like she had the opportunity and she has the hair to do something with it and have
Right.
fun.
Right.
Maybe even if she gonna do a pop of color, maybe just a couple highlights or something.
Right.
She always had that little part with the wavy wave. She didn't try
Right.
to play with
Not
the
even
wave a
like
little bit.
curls or like the volume. It's never no volume.
Right.
Like it's always flat, wet look,
Yeah.
you know?
And it's like that's cute, yes, and it eats,
Yeah.
but you could switch it up a little bit. I That's
Right.
why I always liked T-Bars because I liked her little
Mm-hmm.
situation going on.
Yeah.
Whatever, a
Yeah.
little swoop
Iconic.
bang. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was an iconic swoop bang.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, with the whole chili thing,
Mm-hmm.
what did she even say again? Oh no, she donated.
Yeah. She accidentally
No,
donated to like a MAGA group.
you say MAGA or MAGA?
I'll be saying both.
I feel like MAGA sounds more like MAGA.
Meh.
So allegedly, it's been happening for years, hasn't it? Though.
Well, what
Come
the
on.
donations?
She's made multiple donations.
I think
She's
it's
saying she
yeah.
didn't
She's saying
realize.
she didn't realize. She said she thought it was like veterans or like something with like to combat sex trafficking or something like that.
Do we know what the name of the nonprofit is?
I do not know the specific
Because
name.
I'm about to look it
Mm-mm.
up and see if we go to their website. If you can tell us MAGA right away, who did Chili donate to?
Well, people are saying that because she was on some All Lives Matter.
And that is proven. That was on an interview. Like this was like right when the I think the George Floyd.
She's saying that's rumor. I look,
So she's saying it's AI. Not.
not she didn't say AI specific. She just said rumor.
I'm telling you, I saw the video.
Okay. Well,
And she was literally sitting there and they were like, well, with as because it was one of those interviews where the white man was like, as black people, what are your thoughts? It was like, where's Ja Rule type of thing. Like, why
yeah.
are you asking me? So it was like, as black people, what are your thoughts on blah 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 blah?
Yeah.
And with the Black Lives Matter movement going on and da da da. The first thing she said, because if she had said, "Hey, I'm not a martyr for my community," and like that
Right,
would have made
right.
more sense.
Yeah.
The first thing she said was, "Well, first of
Mm.
all lives matter." I'm gonna see if I can find a clip, and I'm gonna
Oh,
put the clip in there.
okay, yeah.
She made. Wait, she donated directly to Trump's presidential campaign. No, come on now. And to win red, so she been Republican.
Mm-hmm.
The Trump National Committee, JFC,
She didn't deny being Republican. She said she didn't realize.
Never Surrender Inc.
Okay. I guess she's saying she didn't realize that Never Surrender was.
No, but I'm saying Never Surrender Inc. is in addition to the ones that are obviously.
Oh, well then she's full of shit.
And she's just lying for what? That's them people too that gotta let you know they mixed with Cherokee or whatever it was. Like
No, it's
it's like
always
it's
Cherokee.
always now she actually look it, but it do always be that, and you're gonna know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and here's another thing. Apparently, Pepper from Salt and Pepper
Mhm.
came out in defense of her. Cause not
Okay.
even I don't even think T-Bars came out in defense.
I would have kept my mouth shut.
I think T-Bars like you fucking up my paper.
Yeah.
But Pepper from Salt and Pepper came out and saying something. Now I don't know
What'd
the
she
whole
say?
issue with Salt and Pepper and Spinderella and whatever really
You know
happened.
I don't be keeping up with none of that.
Right, but that was a whole thing. But now Spinderella is like back in it again. But
Okay.
apparently, like I don't know, they saying oh this don't got nothing to do with it. But they saying Pepper changed her face and like started started switching up. But like she basically came out in support of Chili and was like, "Oh, girl, hold your head up high, and we all do things that we don't know." Like, I just feel like
Yeah.
it. Shut up, kind of. Like,
Yes.
why even say anything? Because you
She
already
said
has
that we don't know.
right. She's like, y'all don't know the truth, and they like, hold your head up, girl. Nobody knows who you really are, and just be quiet. And it's
Right.
like, is that your way of trying to save your tour? Because that's gonna make even more people not want to go.
Right. Oh God.
So I don't know what's going on there. All I know is apparently it came out that Big Boy from Outkast also is a big Trumpster. which is crazy to me too, but I don't know, maybe it's not crazy. That's somebody who was born and raised in the South,
I feel like
so
they're just like so many celebrities are just so out of touch.
yeah.
And I like honestly think a lot of them are still thinking like, oh, that's Donnie T from way back in the day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, off of The Apprentice, we used to hang with him. Like, you know what I mean? Type.
Cause I would like to know if Lil Jon still fucks with him, cause he was on The Apprentice.
Lil Jon might be a little bit more in touch with what,
The people.
yeah. Or maybe that's just me wanting to
And this
hold
is
out
the thing,
hope.
we don't know. Cause wouldn't you think Big Boy would be in touch with the people?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Ah,
I want to say yeah because that's how I see like Outcast and
right,
like Andre 3000, but like I
right.
don't really know Big Boy as a person. Like you,
Now, who would surprise you if they came out MAGA? Like, who would like
Andre
break it?
3000.
Yeah,
That would hurt.
yeah. But I don't know. We don't. And see, some people are getting certain tax write-offs that we don't know about, and they be like, "Let me vote Trump to."
And see, and that's the other thing. Some people are just very much if the check clears,
Yeah,
look, it's gonna cash the same way. Like
I'll
you know what I'm.
coon out for that.
Right,
Right.
right. Like yeah. So I.
Now, this is not necessarily talking about coons.
mm.
How do you feel about J. Cole? Did you hear what he said?
I feel like I remember something and my brain put it in the.
And now I'm trying to recall it, and I'm like, wait, what the
That's
fuck
what
you
I'm
say
saying.
again?
I feel like it was something else anti-women, but what
It's
was it?
always anti-women. That's what
See, and that's the problem, and that's why my brain just put it in that bucket. Like, man, here you go again.
niggas.
Yeah, what was he talking about?
No, and see, yeah, what was he?
He was saying something about somebody, justice for Diddy or something. What
Yes, 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 yes,
compassion
yes,
for
yes,
Diddy?
yes, yes,
That's
yes,
what it
yes. That's what
was.
it was. That's what it
That's
was.
what it was.
And see, niggas is always, oh my God, just because you met that nigga once and he might have said your
Right,
music was cool.
right.
No.
Like, come
And I don't
on.
understand why they always feel like they even have to like speak
But
on
that's
it
the thing.
anyway.
This is a great opportunity to hold a black man accountable.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? You are not doing the community any favors by just that's the homie, so I gotta act like he can do
right,
no wrong. Like,
right,
it's come on.
right. Yeah, no, I don't understand it at all. And like J. Cole is somebody who always acts like he's liberation for all people, his people.
And
But he don't even got
man,
no black mama, and we gotta remember that.
he don't like women.
He's married though.
Okay, so maybe he likes his wife, but like as far as his readiness to use his voice to like not ever be in support of a woman.
And that's why I'm saying he don't like black women. That's what I think it is. Now his
Mm,
wife, I think, is a black woman. I think she is the only one, but she do.
I don't know how he treats his wife.
I
I
don't
just don't
know.
know. I don't
And but
know.
she is light skinned. I'm not saying that like really mean anything because black women can be light skinned.
I get what you're saying, but colorism is also very
Colorism is
real.
also a thing, and she kind of give like that chilly look, like she got the hair and I don't know. I don't know. You don't see her much because he doesn't. Like I really, and it makes me sad. What were you about to say?
No, because it was gonna be fucked up.
Say
I was just
it.
I don't know anything about their marriage, and I don't need to be out here starting stuff about it. It's fine.
Well, I respect J. Cole as an artist, and that's what makes me mad about it because I listened to his newest album and I
Yeah.
enjoyed that again. Like it gave like not necessarily Forest Hill Drive vibes because he's evolved from that as an artist, but it was quality.
Yeah.
But then I always feel like again this internal battle again because I'm like, oh, you really don't fuck with me because people do always remind us of that whole no name situation
Mhm.
because he was ready to drag a black woman down for calling him something or doing
Yeah.
or just like trying to hold him accountable. And we really don't know what went down with the whole Ari
Yeah.
Lennox situation because when
We
she was
really
on
don't.
Dreamville, she was still making hits,
Yeah.
yes, but it was they didn't prop her up as the
The way they
queen
should
of
have.
Dreamville that she should.
Right.
And now with her newest album, I don't know if you listened to her newest album.
I haven't. But I've
It's
been in a
amazing.
bubble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you all you do is read. So like her newest album, amazing. But I've been seeing like I don't know if you've at least seen the styling of her
Mm-mm, but I
lately.
know it's immaculate.
It's immaculate.
Yeah.
This is what she should have always the time she should have always been on.
Yeah.
And so she wasn't getting that type of support when she was under
Mhm.
Dreamville. So it's like, and I don't know, I just really,
Mm.
And J. Cole, he just also a weirdo, and
Mhm.
he's like, I think he battled for many
That
years with the too
yeah.
white for the black kid, black for
Two
the
black
with,
Mike. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah,
do like that line in Earl Sweatshirt's song, but I think Earl Sweatshirt probably irked by that line too now. He a cool nigga.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. It just always gives like he's trying to J. Cole is trying to
I think he and
overcompensate a
Drake are
little.
made of a very similar
Yeah. It's that white
composition.
mama complex too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
just get something different. Like
You get something different.
I told you how I went to the National Museum of African American History,
Mm,
and there were these interracial couples, and I did not
mm,
see not one black man with a white woman. I know
yeah.
y'all exist.
Yeah.
Why y'all not in the museum? The black women brought they made sure they white men was coming down to that museum, because you gonna learn what the fuck going
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
before I even consider starting a family with you.
See, and that's the I feel like it's not always the case in everybody's relationship dynamic, but I do feel like when you have the black woman and the white man, typically, not always, but in a lot of situations, the white man is very open, accepting, and willing to learn more about her culture, learn how, she functions and her upbringing and her culture so he can better support his woman. Now, the reversal,
Right.
it's just usually the opposite. You know what I mean? Where he's having to assimilate into her culture
Yeah.
and shrink himself.
But it seems like that was the goal. Like he comes from a place of like he does not like himself. He doesn't like his skin.
Yeah.
He doesn't like his people. But I will say, I feel like an example that I saw recently, because we just recently watched One Battle After Another,
Mm.
that it won Best Picture, and Tiana Taylor was in it. You know which movie I'm
Okay.
talking about.
Sorry. I've been in a bubble.
I
Mm.
know, but it's a white director.
Okay.
You saw Sinners, so they beat out
Yeah, yeah,
Sinners.
yeah, yeah,
White
yeah. Mm.
director, and the wife is Maya Rudolph.
Okay.
When I tell you the first 30 minutes of this movie was just, oh yeah, black pussy. Oh yeah, black. Oh, you like black girls is black bitch. Oh yeah, let me fuck some black. You get your dick hard. Like it was just the grossest, most fetishizing display of black women that I have ever seen in
Yeah.
my life. And I'm like, now Maya Rudolph is mixed though, and rest in peace to her mother.
Mhm.
She didn't really have a black mother there for many years to like grow up with her. So I think maybe that's some of the issue. Cause so
Mhm.
maybe I can't use that as an example because she's not fully black. Hate to play the purity wars, but but
Oh
but I
my
will say that
God.
it does happen on both sides though.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Ugh.
so many coons in the world.
That's not to say that everybody in an interracial relationship hates themselves. It's not
Oh yeah,
what
we're
we're
not saying
saying.
that. We're not on no Dr. Umar Timing either.
Right.
I love
Right.
that little interracial relationship if
Yeah.
the dynamics are right.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to feel like they have to lessen their culture just to be with somebody.
Exactly. The yes.
So people are
Yes.
supposed to love you for all of who you are,
Right.
regardless. And I
Right.
think you just see a dissonance with that with interracial couples sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
We might want to close soon because I don't know how long our phone's gonna hold up.
That's a good point.
But anything else you want to say? Any other coons you want to call out? Anything else about AI?
Um, I mean, I do think Kerry Washington in Scandal is like a.
Is what?
I didn't want her to end up with Fitz.
You didn't? That was supposed to be
No.
in game from the beginning.
I get it. I
Well, that's also
do.
Shonda Rhimes, and you know she's interracial queen.
Yeah. Ugh.
She loved putting some interracial in the mix.
It's not the fact that it was it was just so like ugh.
White man's whore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But but I
Ugh.
don't know. They, going back to Bridgerton, burned for each other.
No, but like I feel like in Bridgerton they actually burn for
Now
each
that's some
other.
good interrace.
That's some good Shonda well done. And it's not that Scandal wasn't well done. I think I just wanted better for Olivia.
And then, but I think the timing of Scandal came out pre Trump too. I think it was like,
Yeah.
and like Republican didn't necessarily mean
It was a
like
different time.
it was a
Yeah.
little bit of a different time. Now, how do you feel about them still flaunting like they like we
Hmm.
see them everywhere and they always talking about each other. Not Fitz and Olivia, Kerry Washington and Tony
Now
Goldwyn.
that I kind of like the. I don't know. Outside of the show, I'm kind of here for it. I don't
They're
know.
both
I don't know. Never
married.
mind. But like,
Right. Well, I don't know. I feel like there might have been a rumor, and Kerry Washington man is fine, but fine don't always do it. But I don't know. I don't know. They might be getting a divorce. I'm not gonna say that because I don't know what the hell going on. But I know Tony Goldwyn. There was this clip going around where
yeah,
Kerry Washington was on a podcast and they asked her to call Tony Goldwyn and ask what was your favorite sex scene that you did, like when
messy.
yes. And she's like, "Hey Tony, what are you doing?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm just out with the wife and the kids." And she was like, "Ah, of course you are. But anyway, what was the best sex scene we ever did?" And he's
Oh my
sitting there with
god.
the kids, and he's like, "Probably the one when we were on that table." And I was like, it was so insane. I was like, y'all are kind of disrespectful.
Yeah. Like like in real life, like what the fuck?
But it's funny,
But
but I
like
do like,
the messy viewer,
yeah.
me, I'm like, okay.
And I do think they might be in game. I don't know. In real
I
life.
like the real life lore, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Well, any announcements we need to make before we close out?
Nothing comes to mind.
Not the updates with the podcast, I mean, with the book club or anything?
Oh, I guess since we just did the other thing, I
You
wasn't
weren't thinking
thinking
about
like,
it.
yeah. Um, book club trudging along. At the time that you guys are seeing this, we are on Sky Full of Elephant,
Most likely.
most likely.
Potentially. Or we might be on the next
Or
book,
on the
which we
next
don't
on to
know.
the next one. Because we
Yeah.
be doing polls in there. We like to get the opinions of our community,
Yeah.
the insights. We want to hear your guys' book recommendations.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Join that. That's the Discord. Or you could just join the Discord if you want to just stay up to date on
Yeah.
general Black Girl Bare Minimum things
Mhm.
as well. Not everybody's a part of book club. We're not
Yeah.
strictly the book club,
You don't
but
have to be a BGBM bookworm if you don't want to be,
you don't have to
but you're
be.
missing out.
But make sure you stay tapped in on everything. Oh, appreciate all of the sweet messages. Well, we've gotten sweet messages recently.
Yeah.
We got some
Yeah.
day ones out there, and we are excited that you're here on this journey with us as our podcast continues to
Mhm.
grow, continues to go on. I know in the beginning of this, I was like, I'm surprised we're still doing. No, maybe not surprised, but I was like, shout out to us for still doing it.
Right, right.
Cause it is a lot sometimes,
Yeah.
and we still try to stick to the bare minimum way in some way, shape, or
We appreciate
form.
y'all.
We do appreciate y'all. Keep sharing, keep liking, shoot us an email. I don't know if you feel like it, bgbareminimum at
I ain't
gmail.com.
know who's putting the email out there.
The email is already out there. We be getting
Alright.
emails from people saying stuff,
We can get.
from people trying to get us to buy stuff. Yes. I feel like one day I want to do like a column, not a column, but like somebody
Yeah.
send an email, give a little advice or something.
I would like that.
Not saying that's
That's,
starting.
don't do that right now.
We're not
but
saying
like, yeah, let
but
us get some.
one
Yeah,
day,
yeah,
one day,
yeah.
one day.
Something, yeah, coming soon. Coming distant future.
Season three,
Maybe.
maybe.
Maybe 4. We still
I
be doing this.
don't know. We gotta see what happens. If it take off,
Maybe.
we have to see where we are. 4 is a lot to look forward to. I do want to do a 3 probably at
I
least.
just gotta be okay with that.
Yeah.
I mean, we gotta see where life. But yeah.
Right. And I'm about to end grad school soon.
Mhm.
You're getting more well into your marriage years. We're gonna see
Yeah.
where we are with stuff. I
Right.
don't know what's going on.
Right.
Yeah, actually that's very unbare minimum of you to be looking that forward into the future. Live in the now.
Oh my god.
All right.
All right, y'all.
But
BGBM.
I don't know why I said but.
Oh.
Oh.